Welcome to the Check-In Report. I am your humble host. I am in the building. I'm not your homie. I'm the one and only macaroni. Today's topic, Jay-Z, his accuser has spoken. The woman that has accused Jay-Z of sexually violating her has spoken. The woman hails from Alabama. She has a very interesting story that we need to talk about tonight. We have to talk about this story tonight. And I wanna know you guys' thoughts on this woman's story. We're gonna get to her story very shortly. But do you guys believe this story that this woman has brought up? I don't want to get into the details of the story just yet. I want to play the video in full without me interrupting, so you guys could watch the full thing. You know, if you haven't heard the story yet, if you haven't seen this woman speak yet, I want to play it in full. And then I want to give my commentary after. So we're going to play the video in full. Then I'm going to give my commentary after. So let's get into the video of the woman who has accused Jay-Z of sexually violating her when she was at a tender age. Listen, man, these are serious charges. These are serious allegations. do you guys believe the story that this woman has concocted? Do you believe this story? Me personally, I don't believe this story. It's too many holes in the story for me. Salute to Mad King Skills. He says all these NY dudes caught up in 69 fan business. Yeah, fools couldn't try me in the tri-state. Yeah, okay. We got a Kendrick fan in the building. All right. But I want to know how you guys feel, about this this accuser. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the let me know in the poll as well. Let me know how you guys think about this woman's story. So without further ado, let's get into this woman's story. This woman, she hails from Alabama, and she's giving her one too. She's giving her story. Let's get into it.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her. She was 13 years old, is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no...
Look at the hands. Look at the hands. We're going to get to the hands later.
The woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns celebrity watch.
She comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind," he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. "I have made some mistakes," she said. "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me." The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, "Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress." In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory.
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of, being chastised by their fans.
All right, Chloe Malas joining us now live. Chloe, we just heard.
All right, now let's get back into. Now, I want to know what you guys think of this woman's story. Now, she has admitted to inconsistencies in her story. She has admitted to it. If you ask me, it's a little bit. The story to me doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me tell you why this story doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense in any capacity. Let's start at the beginning. A 13-year-old girl from Rochester, New York. Walk with me. Dealing with autism. The person who drove this girl 5 hours to Manhattan Radio Music City Hall. Who was that person? Who drives an autistic 13-year-old girl all the way to Radio City in Manhattan, 5 hours away, drops her off by herself? Who does that? The person's no longer living. The person's no longer around. All right. What type of person drives 5 hours to Radio City Music Hall, drops off an autistic 13-year-old girl alone by herself in the city? Who does that? That's number one. Number two, right? Number two. The father has no recollection of this night. No recollection of this night, does not have any clue what she's talking about. Doesn't, you got to think, for somebody to drive 5 hours to pick up their daughter, their 13-year-old autistic daughter, alone by herself at night in the city, 5 hours away, you would think a father would know that story. What's up, F. Joe Biden? What's up, man? What's good, man? Good to see you, bro. But you would think a father who had a 13-year-old daughter alone in Manhattan. This is the early 2000s. Mind you, this is not like the city is like Disney World now. But back in 2000, it was a lot more. It was a lot more dangerous back in the city in 2000. But the father has no recollection of the night. Number three, she said that she's seen two men that are celebrities, two white celebrities, Benji Madden from Good Charlotte and the brothers, and she said that she's seen him at the party. They have no recollection of ever seeing her, or they were never there. The two people that she's alleging was there were never there. We're going to go through her story once again. Let's go through the story again, because, there's a lot of inconsistencies in her story, if you're asking me. I just think there's some inconsistencies. Let's continue, though. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into this. We're going to talk about this tonight. We'll get into the meat and potatoes of this story, all right? Let's get into it.
You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy.
Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z are being accused. Now, we have to be real here. The only reason Jay-Z is being, lumped into these things is because Diddy's going down. Diddy's dealing with federal charges. That's the only way you can link Jay-Z in any way to Diddy and anything that Diddy has been doing. And I have a question for you, for everybody that's in this room tonight. They're linking Jay-Z to all of these crimes. They're linking Jay-Z to all of these different scenarios and cases. Why aren't we linking any white celebrities to Diddy? From the Ashton Kutchers, from the Ellen DeGenereses. Why is it only Jay-Z? I can go online right now and show you pictures of white celebrities. Let's take a gander at this. Hold on. Diddy, Ashton Kutcher. Diddy and Ashton Kutcher were really good friends. They were at the Diddy parties together, hanging out, Let me see. Diddy, Ashton Kutcher, party. There we go. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher, he was at the parties. He was on the swing steps, having a grand old time. Hold on. Here you go. Look at Ashton Kutcher having a grand old time, on the swing set. Why aren't they bringing Ashton Kutcher in? Why aren't they saying, "Hey, Ashton Kutcher, we want to talk to you"? Look at Ashton Kutcher on the swing set, back when he was running around with Diddy back in the day. Why aren't they bringing Ashton Kutcher in for questioning? Why don't we see Ashton Kutcher being lumped in with Diddy? Why do we only see black celebrities, the Jay-Z's? People accusing Jamie Foxx of hanging around. People accusing, different black celebrities. Why aren't we seeing any white celebrities that have been cool with Diddy? Why aren't we seeing any of them being lumped in with Diddy? There's different white celebrities that were running. I just want to throw this out there because we keep people are so obsessed with the downfall of black celebrities. Whether it be the Jay-Z's or whether it be any prominent black celebrities. But what about some of these white people, man? Let's put some of these white people on the docket. Let's put some more white people that was hanging around Diddy. Hold on. There's some more white people that hanging around Diddy. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. How about Ellen DeGeneres? Ellen DeGeneres was hanging around Diddy. Look, Ellen DeGeneres was hanging around Diddy. Why ain't she in any of these cases? Why is she not being looked at? Why is she not being brought up on any of these, ridiculous charges? Any of you law firms that are, going after Diddy, and going after Jay-Z through Diddy, or going after different black celebrities through Diddy because Diddy had some type of relation to that black celebrity, I implore you to look at some of these white celebrities that was hanging around Diddy. Look at the Ashton Kutchers. Look at the Ellen DeGeneres. We're going to get to Leonardo DiCaprio. Don't just settle for Jay-Z. Get at some of these white celebrities. I need y'all to get at some of these white celebrities. I saw somebody say Leonardo DiCaprio. We're gonna pull him up next. Hold on, let's pull up Leo, because Leo was at those parties too. Hold on. We're gonna get to Leo. Let's pull up Leo. Leonardo DiCaprio. Look at Leo. Hold on. Look at Leo. Leo at the all-white party. Look. Leo at the all-white party. Look. Leo at the all-white party. Why isn't Leo being brought up in any of these cases? Leo at the all-white party. Why isn't any white celebrities being brought up? Why do we only see, it's very interesting to me that we continue to see black celebrity after black celebrity go through their, tumultuous moment dealing with legal, different legal things and being accused of things. Why aren't we seeing any of these white celebrities that was hanging around Diddy being accused? I seen a white man today. Now, let's get into it. I seen a white man today on a YouTube short with these wild conspiracy theories saying, "Oh, Jay-Z, he been around Diddy all the time. I seen Diddy. Jay-Z got 100 pictures with him in his drawers at Diddy parties. I think he's. I seen a white man say this, and I'm thinking to myself, you mean to tell me?" Because it wasn't like Diddy was just this black celebrity, or all he did was hang around other black celebrities. No, Diddy hung around everybody. Everybody loved Diddy. Diddy was with all the movie stars. Diddy was with all the socialites. He was with all the people in entertainment, in the pop world, in the film industry. He was around all of them. Why are you guys only settling for Jay-Z? What about these white celebrities? I'm just asking. Because it seems like we keep settling for the black celebrity, the prominent black celebrity, the Jay-Z's. I know a lot of y'all want to see LeBron. LeBron was at a Diddy party. It seemed like we only want to settle for the black celebrities, but we never want to settle for the white celebrities that are just as guilty of hanging around Diddy. How about this person? Let's pull this one guy. Let's pull this guy up. Now, this is not a white celebrity. This is a black man. But how about this person? Why aren't they pulling him up? Let's pull him up. Hold on. You know who I'm about to pull up. You see what I'm typing? Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton was at the Diddy parties. Look at Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton was at the Diddy parties. Why isn't Al Sharpton, the Democratic bootlicker, known as Al Sharpton? Why isn't Al Sharpton being looked at in terms of Diddy parties? Al Sharpton was at them Diddy parties, fondling something in the corner. Probably had some frosting on his chin. Put that where right there. Why isn't Al Sharpton being looked at? Why do we keep settling for the prominent black celebrities? Oh, the Jay-Z. Oh, Denzel was there. LeBron was there. Why aren't we seeing any of these other people that were hanging around Diddy? They're just as guilty as hanging around with Diddy. If we're going to say you're guilty by association, then damn, everybody's guilty by association. Don't just say Diddy. Don't just say Jay-Z. If everybody's guilty by association, everybody's guilty by association. Don't just say Jay-Z. Let's look at everybody else that was hanging around this dude. All right? Let's continue though. Let's continue. Let's get back into it. Get back into it.
18 years old, is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet enough about what I've been through. It's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations.
Inconsistencies in her allegations. A lot of these things that she has acknowledged that there's inconsistencies in the thing that she's been saying. She's been saying a lot of nonsense that just doesn't make sense. And the thing about it, if you're going to be in a court of law, these things are going to be brought up. the lawyer on the other side is going to be scrutinizing her. It's going to be scrutinizing her lawyers on the inconsistencies in this story, and they better find a more credible source than Jaguar Wright. Did any of y'all see that video? I should have had it queued up. The law firm is reaching out to Jaguar Wright. Tony Busby, you're looking like a clown right now. If you're looking at Jaguar Wright as a place for credible information, Tony Busby, this case should just be thrown out. This is frivolous case right here. If you're looking at Jaguar Wright to give you evidence or to go to her as a point of reference, this is a nonsense case right here. Let's get back into it though.
She says that she went to the Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is
Remember this, and remember this is a 13-year, at the time this was a 13-year-old autistic girl. Who leaves a 13-year-old autistic girl alone by herself, driving her 5 hours away from her home, dropping her off alone in New York City? Who does that? Who does that? We have to ask her, because like the reason we have to ask these things is because these are the things that are going to be brought up in the court of law, and the person is no longer living, the person that dropped her off. But we have to ask, who is this? Who would drop off an autistic 13-year-old girl alone by herself in the city? Who would do that? This is a 13-year-old girl at the time. Remember, she didn't have, I'm sure, at 13 years old, I mean, we don't have friends that have cars at that point in time, right? I mean, when you were 13, I remember when I was 13, none of my friends had cars. My friends didn't start having cars until like 16, 17. Some of them, and that wasn't until they left high school when they started getting cars. But we started seeing kids with cars. Maybe their father or mother brought them a car or something like that. Who drops off a 13-year-old girl alone in the city by herself? She had a 13-year-old friend that had a car. Who does it? So these are the things that are going to be brought up in the court of law. Let's get back into it. And hold on, I need y'all to hit that like button. We got 200 people in the building, standing tall, standing strong. Hit that like button. Somebody said Trump. Somebody said, why did somebody say Trump for? Why Trump? I don't think Trump would ever do that. I think even Trump has enough coof to not drop off a 13-year-old girl by herself in the city. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into it.
like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism.
Now I wanted to talk about the hands, because I did mention the hands. This looks like a white woman. This is a white woman. Now remember, she's from Alabama. She's from Alabama. Well, she lives in Alabama. I don't know how long she's been living in Alabama, but this is a woman from Alabama, and the way she speaks, she sounds like she has she is dealing with autism, but she does have like a little southern twang, a little bit to her voice. But this is a woman from Alabama here. It's a woman from Alabama that's dealing with autism, that was 13 at the time where she's saying that she was victimized. I just want to put all that in perspective as we're going through this story. You mean to tell me Diddy, who's running around with, J-Lo and different supermodels, Jay-Z who was running around with I think Rosario Dawson at the time. He was dating Rosario Dawson at the time and probably dating other models. They settle on this 13-year-old girl that stumbled upon the music awards. I'm just putting this in perspective here. This is what they want people to believe here. Let's continue.
The woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she
Look at
says
this.
a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive.
5 hours away. Put that in perspective. To drive 5 hours away. Dropping someone off in the city. Leaving them there. This is a 13-year-old autistic teen. How does that make sense? Can anybody make sense of that? Can anybody make sense of that? I want somebody to make sense of that. Why would this person, whoever this person is, whether it be a friend, a family member, why would they drop off a 13-year-old autistic teen in the city by themselves? Can the lawyers make sense of that? Can she make sense of that? At 13 years old, who did you know that can drive you 5 hours away? I remember when I was 13. When I was 13, nobody was driving me 5 hours away. You had to be a close family member for me to be getting in the car with you for 5 hours. We got 300 people in the building. I need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. When I was 13, though, you had to be a close family member for me to be getting into a car with you for 5 hours driving somewhere. That's a long trip to be driving someone. That's a long trip to be going somewhere with someone. And who would you know if you're going to say this was a friend, if you're going to say this was a close friend that drove you here, this was a close friend that was doing this, what close friend do you have at 13 that can drive you 5 hours away? You're 13. Who do you know at 13 that can drive you 5 hours away from your home? Make it make sense. Hit that like button. I need you to hit that like button. We only got 12 likes. We got 200 people in the building. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're combing through this story. And we're combing through the details. I need you to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let me put it in the chat. Give me 1 second, man, because y'all playing games. Hit that like button, man. Let me put that in the chat. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hit that like button. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, and put that in the chat real quick. Somebody says, why 5 hours away? Because the music awards was in the city. It was in Manhattan. Radio Music City Hall. It was out in Manhattan, Radio Music City Hall. So it's about 5 hours away from Rochester. It's about 5 hours away from Rochester. That's upstate New York. So that's about 5 hours away from Manhattan. Let's continue.
Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died.
The person that she's claiming drove her 5 hours away is no longer living. So I just want to put that person is no longer around to tell what happened.
The woman says she spoke to Combs's limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
The limo driver offered her a ride to an after party. She's alleging that one of the limo drivers said, "Oh, okay, I think I like the way you look. You look like Diddy's type. I want to take you to a party." Right? Remember, this is a 13-year-old girl in the middle of the city. Let's continue.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says.
Now take a look at this. Because remember, this is a white woman. This is a white woman right? That's probably trying to recollect what was going on in the 2000s, right? You know, Good Charlotte, you know, Benji Madden, that was a popular rock group in the early 2000s. So she's trying to recollect some things back in those times. Let's continue.
Where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have a really his about
Take
his
a listen.
tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs.
Hold on. So the people that you're alleging that was there were not even there. So hold on. There are people that you are, hold on, because think about this. I want y'all to put this in perspective. These are the things that are going to be brought up in the court of law. You thought that you saw Benji Madden and his brother at the VMAs. They confirmed they were not there. Walk with me. If you have delusions of grandeur about who you saw at an after party and people are confirming that they were not there, is it possible for you to have delusions of grandeur about you being in a room with Diddy and Jay-Z? These are the things that are going to be brought up in the court of law. You have already been shown to be inconsistent in your theory and in your story of what concluded and what happened on that night. You thought you saw Benji Madden and his brother. They were not there. Now, when Jay-Z puts you on a stand and you testify about the events of that night and they bring to you and they say they were never there, your story is inconclusive. This did not happen. So if it opens, it's I believe the phrase is it's a fruit of the same poisonous tree. If you are lying about this one little insignificant moment that you had with Benji Madden, is it possible for you to have thought up or made this whole theory up in your brain and in your mind that you were in a room with Jay-Z and Diddy and being violated? These things are going to get brought up in the court of law. They're going to bring these up. They're going to press this issue right here because if you have been found to be lying about one thing, we're going to peel back the layers on the lie. We're going to peel back the layers. They're probably going to pull up. They're probably going to reach out to Benji Madden. They're probably going to look up, old tour schedules from back in 2000. They're probably going to pull up videos of Benji Madden on tour in 2000 around the Video Music Awards, showing that you are lying about this one moment. So the fact that you're lying about this one moment, you possibly are lying about being in a room with Diddy and Jay-Z. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to peel back the layers on this potato. We're going to peel back the layers on this onion. We're going to peel back the layers on it. Let's continue. Let's get back to it. You know what I mean?
On tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then
she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Think about it now. You have already been shown that you are not sure about who you saw at that night. You're not sure who you saw. You think you saw Benji Madden, but you didn't really see him. You're having delusions of grandeur about who you saw and who you didn't saw, right? Now we're adding intoxicants, drinks, drugs, on top of your delusions of grandeur. Walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me, y'all. On top of your delusions of grandeur on who you thought you saw, now we're adding intoxicants, we're adding drugs, we're adding alcohol. You're woozy. You're not in your right frame of mind. You're not in your right. You're not sure who you saw, what you think you saw. You're adding drugs. You're woozy. You're not in a calm, conscious state. And this is when you become to be victimized, right? For all we know, this girl could have been in the room with the Yin Yang twins. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. She might have been in the room with MC Hammer and the Allstate guy, and she thought it was Jay-Z and Diddy. She could have been in the room with the Allstate guy and the Yin Yang twins, and she thought it was Jay-Z and Diddy. You gotta think this is a white autistic girl, preteen, right, from Rochester, New York. This is probably the first time she ever saw a black person. To her, remember, this is a white girl from Rochester, New York. This is probably her first time around black people. To her, everybody looks like Diddy and Jay-Z. This is the early 2000s. Diddy and Jay-Z were all over the TV. They were all over the VMAs, all over the MTVs, the BETs at the time. Everybody looks like Jay-Z and Diddy to her. These are the only black people she sees on TV. Let's continue.
She says Combs and Carter be watched.
JC. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father.
No, hold on. You ran to a gas station. Hold on. We're going to talk about all of this, right? We're going to talk about all of this. You ran to a gas station. My do-rag is falling off. But you ran to a gas station. You mean to tell me you ran to a gas station, you called your father, right? You mean to tell me you stood at that gas station for 5 hours waiting for your father to get there? And your father has no recollection of that night. No recollection of it. Fire! 5 hours at a gas station. 13 alone by yourself, after being victimized by two of the biggest hip-hop stars on the planet. You didn't call 911. Okay, you called your father. You rather call your father. That's fine. So you mean to tell me your father, that you have not been home for however long you haven't been home. Now, you haven't been home for 5 hours at this point, right? You took a 5-hour drive as a 13-year-old autistic girl away from home, 5 hours away. You call your father crying, distraught. Your father asks you, "Where are you at, honey? Baby, where are you at? Are you okay?" Dad, I'm okay. I'm in the city." You in the city? You're 5 hours away from me? What? Do we have any parents in here? I want to speak to the parents. Do we have any parents in here? Do we have any parents? Do we have any parents? Any parents in the building? I want to speak to the parents in here right now. If you are a parent and you have a young child that's 13, 12, 14 years young, they take a 5-hour drive away from your home alone by themselves. You mean to tell me you're not going to ask any questions on how they got there, what happened? A 5-hour drive, driving to pick up your daughter. You're not going to ask what happened, who you were with, how the hell did you get out here, what the hell were you doing, why are you crying, what happened to you. The father has no recollection of the night. You have no recollection of the night? Now, how about this? Because she said in the story that she didn't tell her father what had happened. Now, I remember when I was 13. When I was 13 years old, and my father would have picked me up at 13 years old, 5 hours away from home, I know for a fact I would have gotten the ass whooping of my life. I understand it's a little bit different in white households, white kids, they get put in timeout, they get grounded and things of that nature. But we're talking about a caring father here, right? I don't believe that father drove 5 hours all the way to New York City to pick up his daughter at a random gas station. And it was just quiet for 5 hours back home in Rochester. I don't believe that. Doesn't sound feasible. But this is what they want you to believe. This is the story. This is the story that they have concocted. And, the father, he's not falling for it. The father's like, nah, I don't know nothing about that. You're not going to subpoena me. I don't want to be brought into this story. I'm good. The father wants no parts of it. He doesn't. He's not backing up her story at any point in time. Because he knows it's some bullshit. You
don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Let's get back into it.
Father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened.
Rode home in silence for 5 damn hours. What type of father is this? What type of father picks up a 13-year-old autistic girl by herself, crying, after being victimized, doesn't ask a question, he just rides home in silence for 5 hours straight all the way back home? This is the story Tony Busby is running with. Tony Busby, if this is the story you want us to believe, if this is the story you want people, to go home with, if this is the story you want us to say, you know what, Jay-Z's guilty, Tony Busby, you are an absolute total clown. This is a frivolous case. This is one of the most frivolous cases I've ever heard in my life. If you got the victim already claiming that she has inconsistencies in her story. She's saying that her story has inconsistencies. She's not even quite sure what happened that night. All she knows is that Jay-Z and Diddy victimized her. That's all she can say for sure. She can't validate who brought her there, why they brought her there. She can't validate who brought her back home, if her dad picked her up. She can't validate who she saw there. She can't validate any of the things in between, but she can for surely validate that it was Jay-Z and Diddy tag teaming her in a room. Let's continue.
He didn't ask me what I did, or
he didn't ask her nothing. He drove her 5 hours back home. Didn't say a word. Didn't wonder what his 13-year-old autistic daughter is doing in the city by herself. Didn't want none of this stuff.
where I was.
And you got to think, this is the era before cell phones. Like, you know, you got to think back in the 2000s, there was no I don't even think MapQuest was out. Was MapQuest out in 2000? MapQuest was like what, 2005, 2006. That's when MapQuest was really popping. There wasn't even no MapQuest back then. There wasn't no GPS on your phone. Like, none of this stuff was out back then. You telling me that 13-year-old girl just calls you to tell you to pick her up at a random gas station in the middle of the city? No GPS, no cell phone, no tracking device, no nothing. Not even MapQuest. MapQuest came out in 2005, 2006, something like that. And you guys had a silent ride back home. Nonsense.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said.
Your own father ain't backing you up on this nonsense story. Your own father, like, bitch, you ain't dragging me into a deposition. You ain't dragging me in no deposition where I could get subpoenaed. Because essentially, if the father backs up his story, he gets looked into. He gets questioned about what's happening. He gets questioned on all of these things regarding his daughter. Memphis Southside says, yo, MapQuest is crazy. You got to think, Memphis, this is the year 2000. MapQuest wasn't even out back then. I remember MapQuest. Let me look this up. Let me look it up on Siri. Hold on. Let me. I want to know when MapQuest came out, because I don't believe MapQuest was out in 2000. Siri, when did MapQuest come out? Hold on. It's showing me a bunch of things. Hold on. I want to know when it was. I should have said when it was invented. When was it invented? When was it invented? Okay. It launched in February 6, 1996. Okay. Because I known about MapQuest like back in like 2005, 2006. Like MapQuest wasn't popular in 2000. You had to know where you were going in 2000. So, you know, maybe her dad, you know, if y'all want us to believe this story, maybe he hopped on the computer, you know, dial-up internet. Remember, AOL used to have it used to make all them the dial-up internet noise. Hold on, I think I have it here. Hold on, let me pull it up. The dial-up internet stuff. Let me pull that up. Maybe her father. You know, this is all hypothetically here. Let's do a hypothetical. Dial-up AOL. Maybe the father hopped on the AOL back in 2000. He hopped on the AOL. You know, maybe he hopped up on the dial-up internet and pulled up MapQuest. Maybe he did this. Maybe this is what he did that night. Essentially, this is what he would have had to do. This is exactly what he would have had to do back in 2000. This is what he would have had to done. He would have to go through all of this to find his daughter. This is what he would have had to do. This is what he would have had to do to get his daughter that night. This is what he would have had to do to get his daughter that night. He would have had to go through all of this to find his traumatized daughter in the middle of the city. And you also got to think he had to find a printer. He had to hook up to a printer. He had to make sure he got the right cartridges in there to make sure. Remember back in the day, the cartridges, you had to make sure you had the right the cartridges. You might have ran out a certain color. You had to put the cartridges in there. The load up times for loading up a web page, it would take damn near 30 minutes for the load page to pull up. This is what he would have had to done if his daughter did allegedly, if this did happen to his daughter, you know. I'm not believing the story, and the father, he knows that he would have been brought up. You know, they would have definitely subpoenaed him. They would have definitely brought him up. He would have had to testify. He would have had to validate these claims. Let's continue though.
Said when we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser...
Now, I want to talk about this for a second. Now, remember, this woman cannot validate anything from start to finish. From start to finish, we can't validate anything. We can't validate the person who drove you 5 hours there. The person is no longer here, right? The person is deceased. So we can't validate who drove you 5 hours away from your home. We can't validate if they did drop you off. We can't validate if they ever were even there. We can't validate that. We still can't validate who you spoke to, who you talked to, because the people you said you spoke to, none of them are validating what you said. The limo driver, we can't find him. We can't find Benji Madden. Benji Madden says that he was never there. He said he was on tour. We can't validate anything in between of those moments. Up until you being in the room with Jay-Z and Diddy, we can't validate that. When you leave, you run to the gas station, you call your father. He doesn't remember that story. He can't validate that. From beginning to end, we can't validate nothing she said. But she's for sure that she was in a room with Jay-Z and Diddy being violated. But mind you, she was woozy. She had a headache. I think her glasses were at Lens Crafters that day. She had pink eye. But she knows for sure she was in a room with Jay-Z and Diddy.
Accuser's attorney Tony Busby said, because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her, to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress. In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said, this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory.
Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of...
You should be scared because I think you're lying. You should be scared because you're putting false claims on people that you've never been around and that you can't substantiate any of these claims. This story is hogwash. I'm going to be honest with you. And Tony Busby, this is lazy. I don't know why his firm picked this one up. This is a flimsy case at best. And you know what I think it was? I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this is what Tony Busby's thought was. hear me out. Hear me out. This is what I think Tony Busby's thought was. Tony Busby, right? A lawyer. He picked up this case, and his law firm picked up this case, right? I think this was his play. His play was this. Diddy is dealing with so much bad press by way of the federal charges, dealing with so much bad press by way of, the Cassie video, dealing with all of these different lawsuits. Now, keep in mind, Tony Busby, he's responsible for at least 30 civil lawsuits with Diddy. So he's been going after Diddy pretty hard. But you have to remember that, a lot of things are in litigation at this moment in time. They really can't come after Diddy right now because he's still dealing with litigation. He has not been found guilty in the court of law. He has not been found guilty in the court of law. So he's still dealing with, federal charges, and things are still being in litigation in terms of the civil charges. So I think that Tony Busby's play was, well, since things are locked up in litigation when it comes to Diddy, and I can't go after Diddy right now because he doesn't have another court date until May, his play was, well, let me go after Jay-Z. Let me go after Jay-Z because Jay-Z's not dealing with no litigation. Jay-Z doesn't want to charge. Jay-Z, he has a lot of stuff going on. He doesn't want to deal with the bad press of dealing with a Diddy charge or dealing with anything that has to do with Diddy. Let's go after Jay-Z. Best bet, he'll probably settle. People will sign NDAs. We'll get a bag from it. The story never sees the light of day. It's a win-win, right? Tony Busby was trying to blackmail Jay. In my opinion, this is just my guess. This is just what I'm alleging. I have no proof of this, but I think that this was a concerted blackmail attempt. Tony Busby was betting on Jay-Z not wanting to have this story see the light of day. He doesn't want, Jay-Z, nobody wants bad press. Because, whether you're guilty or whether you're innocent, just having these allegations of you violating a 13-year-old girl, it's heinous. It's disgusting. And it's on the news cycle. It's on the ABC. It's on the web pages. Everybody's talking about it. It's on the radio stations. It's on the podcast. It's everywhere. You got the conspiracy theories making hundreds of videos. It's everywhere. So Tony Busby's thought was, well, I know Jay-Z doesn't want to deal with the bad press. It's a win-win situation. The story doesn't come out. It doesn't see the light of day. We get a bag. And we move on from that. I think that's what Tony Busby's play was here. Fire, 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 fire. He was hoping that Jay-Z just paid up. Didn't say a word. But, Jay-Z, in my opinion, Jay-Z made the right choice. He made the right choice to allow this case to come out. Because what happens is when you start paying these serpents, bloodsuckers, leeches, it just opens up the door for another lawsuit. That's all that happens. And then another lawsuit comes, and then, NDAs, NDAs get thrown out in federal court. You got to remember when it comes to federal crimes, all that NDA stuff has no power. A lot of people are saying that Cassie is working with the feds. Cassie signed an NDA. But she's working with the feds. So all that NDA stuff doesn't really mean anything when it comes to federal charges. So I think what Jay-Z did was very smart to say, you know what? I want this story to come out because I'm going to fight these charges. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight these allegations because this is nonsense. Because if you allow these leeches and serpents to come after you, extort you, it just opens up the case for another one. And another one. And another one. And then people start looking at you sideways. saying that hey, it may be some truth to these rumors. It may be some truth to these conspiracy theories. That was the mistake that Diddy made. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think that Diddy is dirty? Do I think that Diddy did a lot of the things that have been alleged? You know, there's some things of truth there. But Diddy allowed the lawsuits. He allowed the bad PR, the stories, paying people. He allowed all of that to have an avalanche effect on him, and now he's in the feds and possibly going to spend and do some prison time. You know? Salute to Abdur. I see Abdur is in the building. We got 200 people in the building standing tall, standing strong. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know, we're going to get to the commentary very soon. We're going to get to the people's chats. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to the people's chats. Let's finish up here with this real quick.
What could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of, being chastised by their fans.
All right, Chloe Malas.
So that's the alleged victim that has come forward on Jay-Z. It's the alleged victim. Do you buy it? Do you guys buy it? You know, I don't buy none of it. I think that it's all hogwash. I think it's hogwash. I think it's there's no credibility to any of the story. You know, there's no credibility, in my opinion, to the story. Salute to Oliver. He says she was confronted in the parking lot and sent on her way. She never made it to the party. That's a theory there. That's a theory. Yeah, I wanna know you guys' thoughts. Let me know in the chat. Let me know you guys' thoughts. I'm looking at the chat. Let me know what you guys think of this story. Do you think that she has do you believe her? Do you believe her? Salute to Kenneth. Kenneth says that shit sounds put together. It does. It sounds very put together. It sounds constructed. It sounds contrived. It sounds like, glued together. I'm going to be honest. It sounds like she made this story up within the last few days. I mean, she could have at least got old videos of the VMAs and pulled up, who was there, who wasn't there, so she could at least make the lie seem a little bit more credible. But man, a lot of it just doesn't make sense. Gang says it sounds rehearsed. Yes, it does sound rehearsed. Well, the lawyers have to prep her. Make sure that what she's saying makes some type of sense. It does sound rehearsed though. Trap Mob says wealthy people do speak and save the poor. Why do people get on media to talk about or save the wealthy? Gossip is not necessary. Everything will come to light. Well, we're talking about it, bro. These things are important stories. If Jay-Z is out here violating 13-year-old girls, I would like to know. Because if Jay-Z is out here violating 13-year-old girls, I don't expect nobody to have any sympathy on him. If Jay-Z is actually doing these things, he needs to go to jail. So these things are important. These things that should be talked about, and nobody's saving anybody. We're here to talk about it. If there was somebody in your community violating 13-year-old girls, I would want you to do something about it. I would want you to call the police. I would want you to talk about it. Sir? Let's get back into it. Oliver says MTV spoke out. Hold on. Let me go down. My fault. MTV spoke out stating they wouldn't even let a 13-year-old in the after party. Yeah, man. Yeah. Facts. Okay. Yeah, man. Salute to Gang. He says we need to know because he is a public figure. That's a fact. We do need to know. I think it's very important that we know if Jay-Z is doing these things. I would like to know. Salute to David. He says they all need to be in jail. Well, listen, if Jay-Z is guilty of this, then he needs to go to jail. If Jay-Z is guilty of violating young girls, violating victims and things of that nature, he needs to go to jail if that's true. But we're not going to allow these lies to fly. We want the truth. We want the honest truth. If he was doing this, then he should go to jail. If he wasn't doing it, then he doesn't deserve to go to jail. Gang says we all know what's going down at those after parties. Do we? Gang, think about it. Do we really know what is going on at these after parties? Because I'm going to say it like this. Why is every celebrity saying that they left early? Marlon Wayans, I left early. Jamie Foxx, I left early. All of these celebrities that were at these after parties are saying they left early. Everybody didn't leave early. To say that everybody left early, it just isn't true. I've been at some fun parties. I've been at some fun after parties, and I did not leave early. Sometimes I was the last one to leave. I remember a couple after parties I went through, and then I got out the party with sunlight out. So all that, I left early, and it's nonsense what they're saying, bro. It's nonsense. Yeah, man. But how do you guys feel about this woman's story? Do you feel like there's anything credible there? Do you think that there's any type of evidence there? Does she has any? Is there anything of credibility in that story? Because I say no. I didn't see nothing in that story that was of credibility. I didn't see nothing in that story that made me say, "Oh wow, I didn't know that part. I didn't know. That's interesting that happened. I didn't know that." Kenneth says, "Story of a champion. Story of a I don't know. Is that a song? What is that? What is that? A song? Is that a song?" David says, "Violating boys and grown men guilty by association. No one said anything. The time of the crimes, failure to stop and render." Yeah, listen. Did people suffer in silence? Absolutely. Did people get violated at after parties? I'm sure back in the industry parties, absolutely. I'm sure probably people did. People did. Kenneth said, these Hollywood people are weird. Rich people are weird, period. That's a fact. I agree with that. Yeah, man. I agree with that, But I'm also going to say that, listen, if somebody didn't commit a crime, they don't deserve to go to jail. If they did not commit the crime, they don't deserve to go to jail. Nobody. Listen, I think that R. Kelly is one of the most greatest singers, one of the most greatest songwriters of all time. Incredible R&B art. I still think he's the greatest R&B singer of all time. But guess what? He deserves to be in jail. I'm sorry. You've been violating young girls for a very long time, R. Kelly. I don't think he deserved like 40 years or 50 years or whatever like that, but he definitely needs to sit down for at least 20 of them years. I don't think he deserved 40 or whatever. And the reason why I don't believe he deserves 40 is because I believe a lot of those parents that were involved in those cases, they were complacent. That's the only reason. I believe a lot of those parents were complacent. They knew full and well what was going on, and they allowed it. But if you ask me, does R. Kelly belong in jail? I would say yes. Yes. He's one of the greatest R&B artists of all time. He still belongs in jail. You know? So, I mean, it is what it is, you know? David says, now you have to think, how deep does it really go? Politicians as well. I agree. Who would you? Well, you know, we did, I know he's not a politician, but I did pull up your man. I pulled your man up. Hold on, I pulled your man up. I know he's not a politician, but he is a Democratic bootlicker. I pulled up your man Al Sharpton at the Diddy parties. You know, he's on what is he on, MSNBC? Hold on, let's pull up Al Sharpton one more time. You know, at these Diddy parties. Let's pull him up. Let's pull up Al Sharpton at the Diddy parties. Let's pull him up right quick. Let's pull him up. You know, because he was doing a lot of bootlicking for the Democrats this year. Oh, the Kamala Harris, and people don't want to vote for Kamala because she's a black woman and yada yada yada. Why aren't the feds knocking on Al Sharpton's door? Remember, now I want y'all to remember this now. A lot of y'all don't remember. Al Sharpton worked with the feds before. Al Sharpton worked with the feds before. He worked with the feds before. If he worked with the feds before, why is it crazy to think that he didn't work with the feds to take down Diddy? I think it's feasible to believe. I think it's feasible to believe that he's been working with the feds to take down your man's. You know, I think he was working with the feds, you know, to take down the diddler. You know, because Al Sharpton, a lot of people don't know Al Sharpton is a snitch. He's a rat. Al Sharpton ratted. He ratted on the mob. Some people don't know that. Al Sharpton ratted back in the day. He's a rat. Al Sharpton is a rat. Now, if he ratted on the mob, why wouldn't he rat on a nigga from Harlem? Let's be real here. Why wouldn't he rat on a nigga from Harlem? If he ratted on the mob, you gotta think. You're talking about the mob here. Sleeping with the fishes. Cement shoes. If he ratted on the mob, you don't think he gonna rat on a nigga from Harlem? Why don't we see Al Sharpton's name in any of these you know? Because we so quick, let me be real with y'all. We so quick to go after the prominent black celebrity, and a lot of it is off of hate. A lot of it is, you know, you see Jay-Z, you see him shining, $1 billion status, you see him giving Kendrick the Super Bowl and dissing Drake. You see Jay-Z on the private jet with Beyonce, and people get, you know, a little jealous, and people get a little mad, people feel a little way, you know, you've been eating high up on the hog for a long time. But what about these other niggas? What about the damn Al Sharptons? Take this nigga down a peg. You know, Al Sharpton is a rat. Al Sharpton's a rat. Why wouldn't he work with the feds to get Diddy hemmed up? It makes sense to me. It should make sense to you. Now, hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Because Diddy did have the vote or die. Remember, he had the vote or die campaign. So he rubbed shoulders with politicians. Because we so focused on, you know, Jay-Z and Diddy, and, you know, what about these politicians? He been running around. Look at this one. Hold on. He was with your man Barry O. Look at him with Barry O. And you see that look in Diddy's eye. Look at that look in Diddy's eye. Look how he's looking at Barack. He's looking at Barack like he wants him to bounce something off his chin. Come on now. Look. Look at look how he's looking at Barack. He's looking at Barack like he was looking at Fab. The way Diddy is looking at Barack right now is how he was looking at Fab. When you gonna party with me, Barack? When you gonna party with me? When you gonna party with me alone with a bottle of Ciroc? So you telling me that all these politicians are clean? All of these politicians have nothing to do with Diddy. It's only Jay-Z. Only Jay-Z had something to do with it. Only Jay-Z was around for the sexual assault. Only Jay-Z was around for people being victimized. It wasn't nobody else. Come on now. Look at how he's looking at Barack. He's looking at Barack like a snack. When you gonna party with me, Barack? When you gonna party with me? Listen, I've been on this campaign trail, vote or die, man. I've been telling people to vote for you. Hope. Remember Barack Obama? Hope, hope, hope. I've been doing all this campaigning for you, Barack, but when you gonna party with me? I'm just keeping it a buck. You know, let me see the other politicians he was around, because he was around other politicians. You know, because if you're gonna go after Jay, let's go after these other people as well. You know, look, Mayor Eric Adams, of course. Look, you got the here we this is a good one right here. You got the Royal brothers. This looked like it was at a party. Tell me this don't look like it was at a party. Who else? I'm just saying, if you're gonna, because you know, it's sad to say it's mostly black people. It's mostly black people that want to see the demise of Jay-Z, the demise of Jay, and you know, of Jay-Z. He's in the criminal charge. It's mostly black people that are asking for this. You know, white people too, but I would say the crowd is more louder on the black side. You know, the crabs in the bucket mentality. I'm just saying, you know, what about these other folk? You know, look, another one with Al Sharpton. You know, Al Sharpton looking like he just drunk a Ozempic milkshake. Al Sharpton looking like he had an Ozempic milkshake. And he got a lifetime supply of relaxer in his hair. Hey, man, when are we gonna see a civil lawsuit with Al Sharpton, TD Jakes, Oprah, Barack Obama? When are we gonna see a civil lawsuit with Leonardo DiCaprio with Diddy, Ashton Kutcher with Diddy? Don't just have it Jay-Z. Don't just say Jay-Z. Jay-Z wasn't the only one at them parties. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When we gonna look at some of these other people that was around Diddy? You think it was just Jay and Diddy at these parties all alone and stuff like that? No. There's other people there. There's other people having parties, having fun time. Somebody said Donald Trump, man. Listen, man. Listen, the Democrats couldn't stop Donald Trump. Listen, man, I don't think Diddy charges are gonna stop Donald at this point. The Democrats threw everything they could at him, and the Democrats threw two shooters, the DOJ, the Supreme Court. They threw everything they could at him. Listen, I don't think the Diddy charges are gonna affect Trump. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see it. I really don't see it. Let me get back on the screen with y'all. Yeah, man. But I want it to be fair and balanced. Don't just put Jay in there. Put them all in there. Put them all in there. Put them all in there. Gang says Biden pardon would be crazy. Yeah, man. Is he done with his pardons, or is he still pardoning people? Is he still pardoning people? Pardoning people, or is he not? Yeah, I want to see them all, man. I want to see everybody. It's shine time for all of them. Mantis says bet he gets pardoned by Biden. Gang says we need LeBron. He been quiet. Listen, I don't think, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the people that y'all want to see, like the high quality elites, they have signed contracts where they can't be around certain people. And I know Diddy is like, a red flag person now. But I mean, you have to understand that, like LeBron has a lifetime contract with Nike. It wouldn't be in his best interest, even back then, even like 5 years ago, before all of these charges, it wouldn't be in LeBron's best interest as a person who signed a lifetime contract with Nike. It wouldn't be in his best interest to be anywhere near Diddy or Diddy Party, even back then. Even before the charges, even before all of this, even back then, it wouldn't make sense. A lifetime contract. You're a married man. You have a squeaky clean image. I mean, it wouldn't be in LeBron's best interest to be around Diddy. Even back then, it wouldn't be in his best interest. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of the pictures that they're showing of Jay with Diddy, a lot of them are from like 20 years ago. Like, they got the newer pictures of them at the Rock Nation brunch and a couple of newer photos, but those are not like Diddy parties. Like, like there's a picture that's circulating with Jay-Z in his drawers. That was like when it was in his prime. That's like when, stuff was going down back then. But as of like the last, let's say the last 10 years, you ain't been seeing Jay-Z at no like, frivolous, crazy Diddy parties. I'm gonna be honest with you. In the last 10 years, you can't show me a picture of Jay-Z and Diddy at like one of those freaky deaky parties in the last 10 years. Maybe in the last 20, you go back 20 years, you could probably find me a picture of him at one of those parties, but you're not gonna find me a picture in the last 10. You're just not gonna do it. Oh, you're talking about Nike. Listen, LeBron sold his soul to Nike. They gave him $1 billion for a lifetime. You got to ask yourself, how much money? Think about it. When a corporation gives you $1 billion, you got to ask yourself, well, how much money are they making off of me? Because if they gave you $1 billion, I would think they're making $10 billion off of you. I signed $1 billion contract, but my worth to the company is worth $10 billion. Jonathan says he is guilty. Well, tell me, Jonathan, why do you think he's guilty? Is it just how you feel? Because a lot of people think Jay-Z is guilty, and is based off of how they feel. Is it based off of credible evidence? Is it based off of anything legitimate? Is it based off of anything that we could substantiate with evidence and proof? Don't tell me that you think he's guilty, but you don't have any proof to substantiate the claim. Show me something that's evident of him really doing something that tells me he's guilty. We just looked through this whole woman's story, and it was hogwash. Nothing was validated. Nothing was credible. Nothing. She can't substantiate from the beginning point of that story, from the ending point of that story. She can't substantiate anything that happened to her or validate any of the claims. David says, doesn't matter. A court of law, when the video showing proof of him partying, he knew what was going on. But, I'm going to be honest with you. Do you know what was going on? And I doubt that they have proof of Jay-Z at a party with Diddy 24 years ago. I know we live in the era where there's cameras everywhere. You got to think this is over 24 years ago. Who holds on to an old security footage of Jay-Z and Diddy at a party from 24 years ago? Who would even have that? Where would you go to get that type of information? Where would you go? It's over 2 decades ago. Who would have that? Maybe there's a picture of them two at an event together, but how do we substantiate that? Somebody says tangible evidence only. Yeah, man, I agree. Tangible evidence. Mike Trapp says Diddy does. Does he? Does he? Does he have it? We haven't seen the video yet.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Does he have it? We haven't seen evidence of it. Where's the evidence of it? Where's the evidence of it? We need to see substantiated evidence that it's proof of this. Where's it at? Where's it at? Why? Let me ask y'all this. Why doesn't anybody want proof anymore? People rather say, they rather just go off of their own belief of how they feel or what they want. Why doesn't anybody want proof anymore? We don't live in an era of proof anymore. We live in an era of how people feel or what they want to happen or just their assumptions. We don't live in an era of proof, facts. I want proof and facts of these things happening. I don't want your belief. I don't want what you believe that you think happened or how you feel things played out. I want substantiated proof. I don't care how you niggas feel. I want to know. I want to know for a fact that these things happen. I want to know for a fact. Let me know for a fact that these things happen. Gang says that had to find more than some baby oil. Well, it was baby oil. It was what was there? They had videotapes. There was tapes, but I don't think these tapes go back to 2001 or 2000. The year 2000. I don't think these tapes go that far back. These tapes probably go back as far as maybe like 2010, 2009-ish maybe. I think the tapes probably go back that far. I don't think these tapes go back that far as y'all think. I don't think these tapes go back that far. And a lot of y'all have to realize this. This is what some of you guys are not thinking. Walk with me on this theory here. Walk with me. You got to think, not Jay-Z. Diddy is a powerful person in the music industry at this point. Let's go before the charges. Before the charges, right? He's a powerful person in the music industry. Now, let's say you're an artist. Let's say you're a music executive. Let's say you're a CEO. Let's say you're a politician, right? If you're at a Diddy party being videotaped, doing something criminal, doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and there's video evidence of that, you don't think these things would have been talked about already? You don't think that these things would have been quelled? You don't think these things would have been squashed? Or you don't think that these things would have been, kind of known already? Like, Diddy has videos of you doing this or that. These things would have been going around. I gotta tell you, if I was a celebrity and let's say I was at some celebrity party and there's video, the security cameras, and there's orgies happening and things of that nature, I wouldn't take part in that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because there's a high probability of you being blackmailed. There's a high probability of you being extorted in some way. You in there, you engaging, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. You're engaging in this orgy or the drugs and the things like that. It's a high probability you could be extorted. You could be blackmailed by whoever the celebrity is owning that facility. Don't think that every celebrity is dumb. Don't think that every celebrity doesn't know what to do, how to move. Now, a lot of them are reckless, a lot of them are frivolous, but there's a lot of them that are smart. They know better. They know I'm not gonna have no orgy at no Diddy party with 100 cameras filming us. Some people know better. I would think a person of Jay-Z's level or a person of LeBron's level would know better, to know everything that they have, going on in their lives, whether sponsorships and all of the money that they make. I would think they would know better not to do something like that in a party. Somebody says cameras and statues, but you gotta think. If you're a celebrity in another celebrity's house, I mean, you would be kind of naive to think that there's no cameras in that home. You would have to be pretty naive to think that there's no cameras in a celebrity's home. You have to be naive to think that. Maybe if you went into a civilian's house, but I mean, if you're going to a celebrity's house, to think that there's no cameras in there, you would be naive to think that. I would think so. I am says they would have drugged you. Ain't nobody drugging me. They would have drugged me. I wouldn't have drunk anything. I wouldn't have smoked anything. They would have drugged you. Everybody's not getting, everybody's not easily assuaged to just drink a drink at a party or to take drugs at a party. I think that some people are a little bit smarter than that, to just take any drink that somebody handed to you at a party. Or to leave your drink unattended to. Gang says for sure he probably had inches of that house on CCTV. That's a fact. For you to go into a celebrity's house and to think that they don't have cameras, you would be naive to think that. Christy says that's easy to say now. LOL. Christy, everybody is not going into a celebrity party getting their cheeks taken. I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of y'all conspiracy theories, a lot of people that y'all hear these rumors and stories and things of y'all really believe that people go to these parties and they get drugged. Y'all believe that. Now, am I gonna sit up here and say that nobody's ever been drugged at a party, a celebrity party? Of course not. People get drugged at parties all the time. But I think a lot of y'all are not, you're not putting any responsibility on the parties who get drugged. You were at a party, you were drinking recklessly, you were sexually promiscuity. You were being sexually provocative at a party. You had your legs open, spread eagle, and unfortunately something bad happened. And it's sad that happened, but you were out of control and you allowed it. You allowed it to happen. By way of the way you were acting, the way you were moving in the party. A lot of y'all really think that, these celebrities have to drug people. A lot of the sex and the stuff that's coming to them is consensual. A lot of y'all believe all of these, I was drugged and somebody took my ass. Somebody took my ass. I was drugged. Oh, I bent over. I arched my back. Somebody took my ass. Do y'all really think that that Diddy is out here taking man ass like that? Do y'all really think that? I don't believe that. I don't believe Diddy has to take man ass. I think it was willingly given to him. They put an arch on it and everything. Yeah, y'all really believe in these people making it sound like, oh, this celebrity did this and this celebrity did that. No, a lot of these things were frequently given to these celebrities. You know, niggas talking about Diddy violated them. No, nigga, you tooted that ass up on him and you put an arch on it. Toot that thing up, mama, let it roll. Won't you get it? Pop, lock, and drop. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and... Diddy was having them niggas pop, lock, and drop it. Niggas was pop, locking, and dropping it on Diddy. Stop it. Do you think Diddy really got to drug niggas? Or did he gotta tell to somebody? A lot of these niggas is fruity. Let's be real. Or did he gotta tell niggas is this? Get niggas in a room with a 2-liter bottle of baby oil and say, "Hey, Playboy, let me talk to you, Playboy. Let me talk to you, Playboy." So you looking real good in that throwback, Playboy. Talk to you, Playboy. He gets you in a room with a 2-liter bottle, a 2-liter bottle of baby oil, and tell you to toot that thing up, mama, let it roll. Once you get it, stop, pop, lock, and drop. And he tell you, listen, Playboy, yo, toot that thing up. Look, I'm a bless your Cash App. I'm gonna put something in your Cash App for you. Put it in your Cash App. Put it in your Cash App. You know, you drop a couple dollars in your Cash App. I mean, that's what I think how Diddy was moving with a lot of these niggas, if you ask me. Y'all making it seem like Diddy is gangster, like he taking man ass. I don't believe that. Stop acting like gay for pay doesn't exist. Gay for pay exists. There's a lot of men out there that are gay for pay, that'll gladly drop the drawers for a Diddy. You know, he got to put something in their pockets, you know? Y'all making it sound like Diddy is gangster like that. Nah, Diddy was putting money in these niggas' pockets. Yeah, man, y'all niggas is crazy. I'm just keeping it a buck. Christy says for acting/dressing a certain way. Listen, man, I'm just speaking the truth here, because a lot of y'all believe in the celebrity mysticism and the celebrity conspiracy theories. Y'all think that these celebrities have to drug everybody, manipulate everybody. You know, a lot of times these things are being given to these celebrities. A lot of times, you know, these things are coming to them. These things come to them. Whether it be women, whether it be men, these things come to them. And, you know, these celebrities, they engage, whether it be man, whether it be woman, they engage after the sexual gratification. That person gets sent on their way. That person tries to reach out back to an elite person, a celebrity, and that celebrity wants nothing to do with them. Stop calling my phone. Stop texting me. I've had my thrill with you. Leave me alone. And that person in turn feels bad about it. And then that's when they start hitting up the lawyers. That's when they start suing. That's when they start feeling bad about what they done. We got to stop acting like that doesn't exist. That exists. Some of these people were consensually doing things. The celebrity curved them. they felt stupid about what they did. They felt like they were going to get a bag, or they felt like they were going to get a opportunity, maybe a recording contract, maybe a film career, and they got curved. And that's why they, have these conspiracy theories and these lawsuits and these civil lawsuits and things of that nature, That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Gang says they feel bad when they stop getting those Diddy bucks. Yeah, man. The Diddy bucks are real. Diddy missed a payment. They feel away. Yeah, because I truly believe a lot of y'all believe like the conspiracy theories that I don't believe all of these conspiracy theories. I don't believe it. I think a lot of these celebrities, these things are coming to them. They're not even asking for these things. They're not asking for these things. We clearly know that Diddy has a fetish for men. That's why he had Cassie getting laid out by 13 inches of rod while he was watching in the corner. Clearly he has a fetish for dudes, but those things were arranged. Cassie was calling up those men to do that to her. Cassie was calling those. She was reaching out, finding. She was a willing participant. Respectfully, no disrespect to her, but to me it sounds like she was a willing participant. You picking out what you picking out what how many inches of rod is going inside of you. That sounds like a willing participant to me. That's like, all right, hypothetical, right? Let's talk to you heterosexual men, right? To you heterosexual men. If your girl comes to you and say, hey, baby, let's have a threesome. If your girl comes to you and say, hey, baby, let's have a threesome, pick out a girl you want. And you tell her, no, what, baby, you pick out the girl. You pick out the girl. You pick out the girl. You know how I like my women. You pick out the girl. And your girl goes into a catalog looking at women to select for you. Did you force her, or is she a willing participant? She's a willing participant. Yeah, look, somebody said the muffler shop. Yeah. Yeah, man. It sounds like a willing participant to me. Sounds like a willing participant. Why we acting like it don't sound like a willing participant? Why we keep acting like it's all fugazi, it's all conspiracy theories, it's all this, it's all that. It's a conspiracy. These things are happening here. These things are like, come on, bro. We can't be so naive to think that all the time. Some people are just freaky. Some people are like freak. They like to do freaky things, I am says no, she wasn't. Cassie never agreed to threesomes. She was forced into it. She tried to escape. There was videotapes evidence of her getting beat up. Now, I'm going to stop you right there. That's an absolute falsity. I don't believe that Cassie was forced to stay. Cassie stayed because she wanted to be with Diddy. Not only did she want to be with Diddy, she stayed because there was incentives in being with him. Why didn't Cassie go to the police when she was beat up? See, you're so quick to say, well, Cassie, she was forced to stay. She was forced to do this. She was forced to do that. Why didn't she go to the police back then? Why she didn't cooperate back then? You know why she didn't cooperate back then? You know why she didn't do that back then? Because she wanted to be with him. She was in love with the money. She was in love with the bags, the Chanel bags. New foreign car every week. New apartment, new places, new complex, new duplexes. $30,000 to shop. $40,000 to shop. Stop acting like every person was a victim. Every person wasn't a victim. There was a willing participant. And then when they felt that they had enough, when they felt that they were tired of being with this person, and I'm not saying that Cassie wasn't abused. I'm not saying that Cassie wasn't victimized in that era of her life. But she chose.
You don't find that suspicious?
She chose. She chose that life. Sadly, she chose that life. I think a lot of you just lack accountability. A lot of you lack accountability. Take the accountability in the thing, bro. Lynn says, doesn't matter, dude. She was 13. We already went through the story, bro. The story is hogwash. The story is nonsense. It makes no sense. Anybody looking at that story makes no sense, bro. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. I had to pack somebody up in there. My fault, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. Somebody in here, just dudes in here that with nothing else better to do. Sometimes you gotta pack people up in here. Gotta pack people up. Yeah, we pack people up in here. But all in all, listen. I think that the story, just to wrap this up, I think that this story is hogwash. I don't think there's nothing credible to this story, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think that this alleged story is weak. It's a flimsy story at best. That's just my opinion. This is how I feel. 1 second, y'all. Yeah. You better start retracting statements. When I start looking at the chat, you better start retracting statements. That's a fact. You better start retracting statements when I hit the like button. When I start looking at the chat. Somebody says free Diddy. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, Saffron, you got it out. No more free Diddy. All right, you said it 3 times. Don't do it again. All right, no spamming. I let you slide 3 times. That's it. All right, no more. Please, no more. But with that being said, guys, let me know how you guys feel. Do you feel that this story had any legs though? Do y'all feel like this story had any legs? I don't feel like this story had any legs. I feel like this story is fugazi. Let me ask y'all this. What happens from here? Do you think that the law firm will drop these allegations? Do you think I don't think that they can, because I think that if they drop these allegations, Jay-Z and his lawyers they're gonna go full steam ahead and they're gonna countersue the law firm. So they can't do it. They gotta go through with the case at this point. No matter how flimsy it is, they're gonna have to make it work. Because if they drop these allegations, if they drop the suit, they're going to countersue the law firm. And Busby is probably going to have a bar hearing. Hold on. Saffron says Jay is a pred. Let me put that on the screen here. He says Jay is a pred. How is Jay a pred? Tell me, break down how Jay is a pred. I want to hear, because I do want to hear you guys' opinions on some of these things. Why is Jay a pred? Tell me why Jay's a pred. IM says there are victims that are going to speak out. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I don't think so, but we'll see. I think that the way Jay is moving, I think a lot of anybody that's trying to come forward is probably going to be scared because Jay is aggressive with these he's aggressive with these lawsuits. He's showing people he's aggressive with these lawsuits. So anybody that comes out afterwards, they're gonna have to deal with Jay-Z being aggressive. He's being aggressive with these lawsuits. So that's gonna be something for them to think about. You know? Gang says they not dropping Jay the clause because Jay could sue. We'll see. No, true. I do think I'm gonna be honest. I do think that the accuser, I think their identity will be revealed through the courts though. Through the courts. I think the courts may say, you know what, we're gonna reveal this person's identity. They may do that, but I don't know. I don't know where this case is out of. I don't think it's out of New York. I know in New York. I think in New York, people that I don't think that the identity of a person could be put out in New York for this type of case. Gang says you can't testify and stay anonymous if you don't hold up. Well, yeah, this person will have to testify. That's a fact. This person, if this case continues to go further, this person, they're gonna have to testify. They're gonna have to. Gang says this guy can't read. Nigga, shut up, nigga. I just read your. What are you saying? What are you saying that I'm not reading? You can't testify and stay anonymous if you just don't hold. I just read your whole comment. What are you talking about? I can't read. I can't read. You can't type. I can't read. You can't text. You know, you're writing me in Ebonics. How about you write in the King's English and stop writing like you're in the hood? You're on the internet, gang. How about you write like I want you to write to me like you're in English class. Like you know the King's English. We're not on the corner. We're not on the block. Stop writing to me in Ebonics. I am too real says it happened in New York. So okay, yeah. So I'm guessing the case is out of New York too. Yeah, it did happen in New York. You're right. It did happen in New York. That's true. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I mean that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. Listen, guys. We're gonna talk more about this case. We're gonna have more things to talk about this case. We're gonna continue to go through and talk more about Jay-Z, Diddy, and things involved in this case. But with that being said, guys, I need you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you become a member. Become a member where you get exclusive perks and exclusive videos to different type of content regarding politics, music, trending news. Come on back. We'd love to have you. But with that being said, I hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened. I am your host, True and Living. You guys have a productive week. And I will see you guys on the next live stream, man. You guys have a good day, a good night rather, and I'll see you guys soon. We out, man. Y'all have a good night.
Hold up.